Sup, we're back. We're on page 2 now. Yeah, big day for me. We've upgraded to page 2. So basically, I've resketched out the background to feel a little bit more, I don't know what the right word is, to feel cohesive, feel good, feel grounded, whatever. It matches how I fixed the first page. So the plan is to kind of go in and start inking everything. So I'm gonna have pages 2 through 5 now just inked. That's the goal. I already had started inking page 2, so I made the fixes to the background and I'm just keeping the characters that I already inked on top. So I'm gonna be moving them around a little bit. I'll show you what I mean. But yeah, I'm gonna be moving them around a little bit to fit in the background a little bit better than they did before. And then we're just keeping on. We're inking for the rest of eternity. Inking takes forever. I feel like inking is the most tedious part for me. Coloring, fun. Inking, here we go. Okay, let's take a look at this here. So you can see I already have the character pretty much inked out, and I had the background inked out as well, but I changed everything. So this is, let's turn off the people real quick. Let's just do this. So this is just the background re-sketched to kind of feel grounded. I still have to check this. Something about this feels a little wobbly to me, but don't worry about that. That's what the inking is for. This is why inking is so tedious, because there's so much thinking involved with inking. This is the final stage, so I feel like everything has to be perfect, and I struggle with that a lot. But that's neither here nor there. We're gonna start inking now. I'm just gonna move a couple of these to the sketch layer up here. Actually, I might merge these, and then we're gonna take the opacity down. Oop. And move them around a little bit. But yeah, let's get to work. So I found when I started working on the page 1 that you saw in the previous part 1 to part 2 of this video, that this scratchy brush ink texture thing, I really like how it was looking, and also it helped me give the background a lot of character, which I think was helping me feel good about like the overall look of everything. So return to form, obviously can't just switch up techniques in the middle of the comic, but that is what we're doing. We're just trying to build like this really kind of semi-detailed background thing right now, and I know I'm really feeling it, you guys. I'm liking it. Quick check-in on page 2. Basically did the backgrounds to varying degrees of like completion, because the back we kind of, especially like around this part, around here, kind of fudged it a little bit. It's not all that, but that's because there's gonna be, as you can see with the red, there's gonna be people there. So I'm gonna hide that real quick. Oh, not that. No, why can't I find anything around here? Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so we're gonna draw all the actual figures now. My hope is to keep it a little bit less cartoony, like this is a little bit more cartoony, and fitting with the style of this page, which is a level of cartoonish, yes, but it doesn't stylistically match this guy. So we're gonna go through, we're gonna do those. Yeah, while I watch a movie or something. It's coming along pretty good, I think. I feel a lot better about it now than I did before. So, or at least I feel better than I did when I was doing page 1 for the millionth time. So that's good. Yeah, is this even a good angle? Not really, but hey. Whee! Okay, on to the next. Hello, it's voiceover Momo time. Hi, welcome. This is interesting because I feel, a really long time to get this comic page done. And full disclosure, I did 5 pages of actually, I did more than 5 pages. I think I did 10 pages of a kind of a sample comic thing that I'm trying to pitch to someone. And I did that in like record time. Just proof that you kind of dawdle when it's art for yourself. Sometimes you kind of just like, nah, about the whole thing. So this is taking, not like, after doing that, now I'm kind of like, wow, I'm taking so long to do this personal piece. But I will say with this one, I am being like overly meticulous, and I think that's probably so real, so true. When you're doing a project for yourself, it's kind of your time to kind of flex the skill set that you have. I think that's what I'm doing a little bit. I'm like, I know I can do better than this, and so I'm a little bit, I mean, I say this all the time, but I'm being a huge perfectionist about getting it done. And even then, I don't think it's perfect, but there's like a threshold of perfectionism that I reach sometimes where I'm like, it's not perfect, but it'll have to do. I think I'm having that a little bit, but I really intend to I really want to knock this out, because I have several more of these kind of short story comics, and the goal, the dream ideally, is to kind of put them all together in something that I publish, like self-publish, like a zine or something like that. I think that'd be really fun to do. It's also a good way to, for me anyway, I think a good way to show other people professionally that I can do comic making. I don't really have too many examples of comics. I've said this before. I don't really have too many examples of comics in my own portfolio. I want people to know that I can do that. Like, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, okay? By the way, if you are new here, this is the first time watching any of these videos and you haven't seen parts 1 and parts 2, I mean 1, go back and check out parts 1 and parts 2, please and thank you. But just to quickly explain the premise of this kind of short story comic, it is based on a true story, which sounds crazy, but it's a hyperbole situation of essentially someone playing music at you. I don't know if you've ever been on the receiving end of someone serenading you with song unsolicited, but it's anxiety inducing. And I had an experience where I was traveling with a friend and ran into someone busking, I guess, but they were just playing their guitar on the side, and I made the mistake of complimenting, like, hey, sounds good, music's pretty good, dude. And this guy would not leave me alone. He was essentially attached to me by the hip, like, oh, I got more songs in the back if you want to hear some more. And the only way I was able to get away was when someone else complimented him and he kind of switched his attention to them. So I'm using that anxiety, that fear, and kind of dialing it up times 10 to a faux horror movie like scenario in which this girl compliments someone who is playing music and they follow her through the streets of Italy. And I made it Italy in the comic because that is actually where it happened to me. So they're chasing her through the streets of Rome, playing their guitar, and she is so freaked out by it. And at the end of this comic, she is gonna get away by basically passing that curse along to someone else. It's kind of like an It Follows situation, but with music. I don't know if you guys ever seen It Follows, but there you go. This is a little movie drop for today. So where we're at in the comic making process right now is I have done 2 out of 5 pages. I'm working on the 3rd, so video soon to come. However, I've been waffling a lot with how to approach recording it and how to approach doing it. I think in a typical scenario, maybe you would do all the inks for, like, you do all the pencils, then you do the inks, and you do the colors. I've not really approach it that way. I feel like I'm just doing like one full page and then the next full page and the next full page, and I don't know if that's smart or not. I think I keep going back and forth on the right way or the better way or the more efficient way to kind of get this comic done, and I'm not sure where I land. I don't know. I have like a habit or a tendency to want to see it done, and kind of seeing it done makes me feel like, I don't know, it feels like I've moved along faster. I also think I don't like to go backwards. If I do all the inks and then come back, or do all the pencils and then come back, do all the inks and then come back and do all the colors, I feel like I take too long, or it feels to me like I'm like repeating the process, so it feels like it takes too long. I don't know, but that's where we're at. I'm probably just gonna keep trucking in the just finish a page, finish a page, finish a page method, and maybe on the next comic we try all pencils, all inks, all colors. I don't know. What do you guys think? If you make comics out there, what are you thinking? How does that work for you? Hello. I didn't really have a good way to end this video, so I figured I would come on here, show face, say hi or bye, as the case may be, and also say Happy New Year, because even though we are in the middle of the month, this is my first video back for the year, so we haven't exchanged pleasantries yet. So Happy New Year. I hope it's going well so far. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out with me and seeing my comic making process. Slow as it may be, it's happening. We're doing it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube thingies down below. Check out my work. It's online. My website's down below. Check out my Etsy, also online, down below as well. Link down below as well. Yeah, that's kind of all I had to say today. New videos every other Saturday, and that's all I got. I'll catch you on the internet sometime later. Bye.